A lot of first-time entrepreneurs are perfectionists. They're still used to being overachievers in their regular jobs, and they're a little anxious about getting out there on their own. So they want everything to be absolutely perfect. They hold off until they can find the perfect idea, build the perfect team, create the perfect website and marketing materials, have the perfect financial foundation, and on and on and on. Now, we all know that it's impossible to achieve perfection, however, so this becomes a way for aspiring entrepreneurs to avoid taking the risk and actually building their business. There will never be a perfect time to start your business, just like there's never really a perfect time to, say, have a child. It's going to turn your world inside out no matter when you jump into it. So don't obsess about the perfect launch so much that that launch date never actually arrives. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm certainly not arguing that you should ignore all planning, brush aside major warning signs, and launch without any proper preparation. But at some point, you have to realize that the perfect time to launch will never come. Cut off your planning and just go for it. So, how do you tell if you're responsibly and strategically developing a launch plan that happens to be a bit in the future, or if you're just stalling because you're scared or obsessive? Ask yourself the following questions. Are you redoing the same work and the same analyses over and over and over? If you've already created a complete business plan and you have a strategy for launch, but you just keep doing the same work over and over to make sure for the 127th time that your calculations make sense, you probably need to cut yourself off and just launch. Is your analysis based on research? Now, if you pulled all the numbers for your pro forma financials out of thin air and you just guesstimated on costs, revenue, growth rates, etc., then you need to dig a bit deeper and do some real planning. If you've done extensive market research, however, and you can justify where every number in your financial projections comes from and they're still showing that you should achieve profitability, then it's probably time to get started. Are you waiting for an impossible aligning of the stars? There are times when putting off a launch for a few months makes absolute sense. If your business is seasonal and you need to launch at the appropriate time of year, for example, or if there's going to be a change in regulation that will affect your ability to do business and you need to wait for it to kick in, then yes, you should absolutely wait for the right time to launch. However, if you're waiting for a 70-degree day with no clouds in the sky that also happens to be on a Wednesday, the date is one of your lucky numbers, and there will be a complete solar eclipse, you need to get over it and launch. I think you can see the pattern to these questions that you need to ask yourself, so I'm not going to blab on and on about it. As you can see, the key here is to avoid both extremes of over-planning as a means of procrastination and jumping in before you have any idea if you can swim or not. I've actually talked about this quite a bit before, and I've mentioned it in more than one interview. I see so many entrepreneurs who fall into one of two categories. Either they do absolutely zero planning and just launch believing they can hustle their way to success, or they plan obsessively to the exclusion of taking any real action. Now, neither of these is going to lead to lasting success for your business, so you have to find the balance between planning and action. Once you find that balance, you'll realize there's no perfect time to launch your business and you'll start taking steps forward now. Now I'd like to hear from you. Have you ever obsessed over the perfect time to start your business so much so that you never actually got it off the ground? Do you have tips to help others stop obsessing and move forward? Let us know what has and hasn't worked for you in the comment section below, and if you're not already watching at katecosta.com, make sure to get over to the website to join the conversation. And remember, that conversation is always better the more people that are involved, so please spread the word. If you found this video helpful or think that someone you know could benefit from the information, please like it, share it on social media, and email the link to your friends and colleagues to get some good karma for yourself. Did you find this video helpful or fun? Then share it with a friend who you think would benefit from the dish, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Facebook and subscribe to my channel on YouTube so you never miss any of the latest tips, tricks, and tutorials to help your business grow. And you get to see my adventures through the wide world of entrepreneurship and how I use the freedom running my own business gives me. Also, remember to head over to katecosta.com so you can get in on the conversation about how to build your business to success so you can live your life your way.